everything.
Alright guys, we are back in CodeCademy, Learn AngularJS 1.x. We are in routing. So what is routing? Routing is a pretty important function of AngularJS. I apologize for if things are a little dirty back here. It is because, let's kind of reset this page by the way. It is because I just moved to Florida and we are on the floor and things are still messy. I got desks coming though. So what is routing? Routing is basically where you can create multiple views that are routed for a single page. So like say we wanted certain things to display, we could then go ahead and have it do that, but it's gonna be contingent upon the route and what triggers the route. So that may be some conditions that you'll set in your code. Now oh my god, is this happening again? So let's go ahead and refresh this real quick. So watch out for these loaders loading the entire time. There's a lot of that happening. So what do we want to do first when we're trying to output a template? Now the template is really nothing more than a URL, or excuse me, a view. So the first thing that we really need to do is this div ng view. Now we're gonna go ahead and put this down below the header, but it really doesn't matter where it goes as long as it goes where you need it to, as long as it's in the body, I should say. So this ng view represents a couple things. It's basically where our route is going to be outputted to. So let's go ahead and we'll pull this up. This is what we got right now. And then let's go ahead and jump into the app.js. So you'll see right here, this is our app. And it's taking in the gallery app here, as well as an additional dependency injection. We're basically just saying, look, this is a library that we need to use. We need to use the ng-route library of Angular. So that's what's going on here. Now, what we're going to try and do next is output this code. So I'm going to type it out and try to explain as we go. So we're basically going to take our app variable that we have here. We are going to call config, and then we're going to pass in a function that is going to take in this specific, this isn't something that you can really rename. We want to take in the route provider. Let's go ahead and do that. So semicolon. Now, that parameter that we're passing in, route provider, this is basically just saying whatever route we do something with, and we're going to define route provider elsewhere. So we'll know what's getting passed in, but for now just think, when it's this route, do this. So this first one is a URL that's right, and the next thing that you need to include, so that's basically the location of the route. We're going to include the controller so we know what the data actually is. And this is the same thing. This is another URL, controller, excuse me, the home controller. It's not a URL. And then the template URL. And this is really just a view at the end of the day. It's our HTML file. And if we go ahead and open this up real quick, we can go take a look at it. So let's go ahead and pull that up. So you see right here, it's basically just a bunch of HTML. Now, it could be in a variety of ways. You can even just take all this, and you wouldn't be able to type as HTML, but you could type it like text, and you could go ahead and put it where template is as well. We're going to go ahead and just follow this. So we'll have views/home.html. Now, what's going on after this is we have a .otherwise. Now .otherwise, we'll go ahead and drop down a line as well. .otherwise is basically saying, what if we can't find what you're looking for? And in this case, we're just going to say redirect to this URL, which happens to be the same as this one. So we go ahead and go next. The reason I'm going next and not clicking like save is because for whatever reason, this was infinitely loading, and like a couple ways I got by it was clicking this link so that this would be in here while I was doing this. Anyhow, so if you're having issues with that, go ahead and go, I need help with this exercise, and go to the forums, and there's a lot of solutions, and just try 2 or 3 of them, and some will work for you. So let's go ahead and jump back in between app.js. So what we have right now is basically just one path. Now we haven't actually set the path, we're just giving it a general path. So what it's actually want us to do is go ahead and just call another .wint on it. And you'll see right here, when we do that, all we have to do is the same thing. We have to pass in a URL. What's the URL? In this case, it looks like it's /photos/:id. And then we need to pass in a controller as well. So, forgot the comma. So we're going to pass in a controller. And then that's going to be called the photo controller. And finally, we're going to go ahead and pass in the template or the view. And again, you could have this as like something like this, where, you know, just you could type out the HTML and you could put something like hello world, but standard convention is to simply put in the URL path. Either one will work though most of the time. Oh, actually I take that back. I don't think that will work. I think I'm thinking of React, so ignore me on that. I'm not 100% sure. Just do it. Put the URL path. That's probably right. Sorry, I got confused with React. So we're gonna do photo.html. Let's go ahead and run this. Hopefully it doesn't infinitely load. All right, cool. All right, let's see. We have views, photos, /photos/:id, controller, there we go. Let's try that. Cool. Now you'll see right here, we have more photos. So, as of right now, we have multiple routes in different. We're not actually choosing one or the other right now, but that would be something that you could do. Right now we're displaying multiple routes. So let's go ahead and move on. Let's go ahead and do this, and then let's go ahead and reset this exercise. So now what we want to do is we actually want to take the JSON data here, and we just want to go ahead and jump into views, and in this one we want to alright, let's go ahead and run that because we already looked at this. We want to go to the photo.html, and we want to filter views and upvotes by number. So let's go ahead and jump down to views. Oops, that's title. And that would be a detail dot, let's see, views, and then we're going to do a simple slash and then number. Remember, the slash will denote that we're doing the I believe it's called a directive or a filter. It's called something with a D, if I remember correctly, the technical name. But it's a filter. All right. So instead of views, we're going to go ahead and change this to upvotes. Let's go ahead and run this now. So this has now changed this, and we'll show it before we move on. It's basically just filtering the views and upvotes to be something standardized. Now there's multiple filters in number, and you can look those up in your own time, but don't think there's just one. There's about 20 different ones and different ways you can do this, but when you call the generic one like so, there's a generic filter for the number. I don't quite remember what it is off the top of my head. Now, we're going to use this for the publisher date, so let's go ahead and use this other filter. And this is just going to be detail dot pub date. And we're going to go ahead and use the date filter for that. And again, there's numerous date filters as well that will work with this. So let's go ahead and see if we can view the results. See, when we click it, now it's all clean and it's auto formatted. But that was pretty much it. What you really need to take away from this, we have these routes, and it's basically different aspects of it's components almost, or being able to assign multiple views in one page application. You also need to remember that we were able to use the filters so that we can see different things in quite various ways. But I think this sums it up probably best. Routes are a way to manage apps containing more views. So that's really what routes are there for. It's also there to enable or disable certain things. So maybe we only wanted certain views to be displayed. Like for instance, right now, when we click this, it displays, and when we're off of it, it doesn't. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Definitely encourage you to get comfortable with routes. I'm still trying to. I'm going to very quick at my work, I imagine. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And a special thanks to you who support me on Patreon. I appreciate it a ton, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching the video. Special thanks to our sponsor, Dev Mountain. Definitely check them out at devmountain.com. If you're looking for a bootcamp that's in front-end development, iOS, or UX, go ahead and give them a shot. Tuition includes housing, so you can get up and go and fully immerse yourself in the program. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.